Alright, back to Rock and Rattle Retreat. We're going to be working on the Kawasaki Mule Pro DX. This is the diesel version. Now this baby is a 2018 model, I believe. That seat cover I bought in like $79.80 for a Datsun pickup. Repurposing it now. So it saves my seat there. It's still dusty, but you know, that's the way it goes. Alright, what are we going to do today? Well, it's almost got 3,000 miles on it. It's overdue for a filter change. So we're going to roll up this seat cover because I don't want to have to cut all the zip ties in the back that hold it in and pop off the bottom of the seat. And there's two pieces got to be popped, one on each side. And you can tell it is dusty. So we're going to take this seat off and show you what we're going to be doing here. Yes, I have a head net on because there's a lot of gnats and crap up there biting at you, buzzing around. Alright, take the seat off. Looky there. Yep. Filters. Try to clear off some of that dust that's down in there. Need more than that, really. Turn them off. Turn the flow off at least on both of those. So the upper one is the filter. The lower one is the water separator filter. And then the silver piece on the left is the pump. So, new filter. And then the water separator basic filter. Though it's more like a mesh instead of a filter. So, got a pan to put the stuff in instead of having it drip all over the bottom of the tray there. Or I should say skid pan. Get this ring off of here. This is the water separator. Yeah, don't forget to turn those lines off. Otherwise the fuel will probably keep running. I also let it get down low on the fuel gauge so it's not a full tank. It's just trying to make sure it doesn't tip over and wipe everything down. It gets quite dusty underneath. Alright. This is more like a little mesh canister. I wasn't sure how it was going to be opened or not. It doesn't really screw off. It's really just being held on by O-rings. Trying to get it off. Oh, there it goes. And of course I spilled some there in the bottom. But that's what that pan is for, to catch everything. And there's a lot of diesel fuel. Anybody tell me why the diesel fuel is red? Leave a comment below. Here is the new one. And really, if you guys are buying these things, or you bought one to replace this, my suggestion is, at this time, no, I'm not going to buy a replacement anymore. Because there's the new one. It's just a mesh canister to keep the major muck out of it. And the old one's on the left. It doesn't really look any different than what's on the right. But I'm going to put the new one in. Get it popped on there somehow. Alright. Now, there's actually two things in there. There's a spring and a little red I don't know what you want to call it. The manual kind of calls it a float. You don't really see it down there, but I can see it now that I'm looking at it. But with the red fuel, it's hard to see in there. But besides that, in there, I took the spring out. Now I'm looking at the crud in the bottom. So that mesh screen keeps some of the crud out of the actual filter. So I'll get up here. You can see the dark spots in there. That's the crud. Now there's actually 2 dots on the bottom. Underside bottom, not looking down bottom here. But there's also a little red ring in there which you can't really see very well. So when I dump this out, the red ring actually dumps out into the tray. And there's some crud in there. So that all needs, there's the 2 dots. So that all needs to be cleaned out. Wipe it out with a blue towel. It'll be good. If you look close by that spring down there, you can see that red ring. Okay, there's the red ring. I'm going to wipe that off. And that red, I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with that red ring. Basically, it goes back in the bottom. So it should go in the bottom of that canister. When you get water in it, it floats on the water. It shows you how much water you got in there. Yep, the spring goes in, definitely. That holds the mesh up. And the red ring just drops in there, so when it has water in it, it floats on the water. Then you can tell that, oh yeah, there's something in there. Now we're going to put it back together. Put that ring back up in there. And then we're going to tighten it back in. Now don't over tighten. It's a good thing it's not glass, it's plastic. I see somebody over tightening that and glass breaks. Okay, now we're going for the filter. Loosen it up. Get the blue towels down there to sop up anything that comes out. Get that ring off. Pull off the little housing. Watch the filter just drizzle down. Yeah, it's a mess. Get the filter off. There we go. Catch the stuff in there. Alright. Wipe stuff down. It gets dusty down there, guys. Wipe stuff down before you put it back together. Get as much dust off there as possible. And here's the new filter. Look at that new filter. Now look at that ugly filter. That has caught a lot of stuff. I think it's supposed to be changed at 2,500 miles. We're close to 3,000. Pour that one out. Wipe it down. Get it all nice and clean and put it back together again. Get that ring back up in there, tighten it up. Where did that wrench go? There it is. Tighten your back up. And then turn the switches and let the fuel run in, which it doesn't actually run in directly. Okay, turn the key, let the pump just pump it in. Now, I did not actually purge the air out of the system. Probably should have, but I didn't. Turn the engine on, and there she goes, pumping right in there. And of course it dies off. After a couple more startups, it ran fine, no problems. People are going to say, nope, you should have purged it. Yeah, well, I didn't. Thanks for watching. There we go, $29.87 when I changed that filter. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Subscribe, like, comment. Why is it red?